Welcome back, ODHtv. We are going to look at these new extremely short clips that they gave us for the new Raising Kanan Season 5 that should be airing sometime this year, as it says here, coming 2026. I'm thinking sometime around May or June. Yo, did you see this fight last night where Jarrell Miller literally got his wig pushed back? My man wore a hairpiece to his boxing match and got it knocked off. You know, his hairstylist was like, "It's not gonna move, trust me." All right, enough of that. Back to Raising Kanan.
I'm not asking for forgiveness for what I've done.
So I'm not even going to hold you talking about nonsense. The big question is, did this knucklehead shoot his mother? Now, even though I made a whole video back in January of 2024 explaining how Rock survives, and I still stand on it, there is a scene in the little teasers that they just gave us that might contradict that. And that is this right here. We see Kanan is back in his new apartment. Remember the one he was sharing with Crystal? And I went back and looked, and there's no other scene where he's standing there like that at that time of night, or if that's daybreak. But however, he's wearing the same clothes. So what that does tell me, and just gives it a little bit more ambiguity, is that either Marvin or Jukebox came in and shot him in the leg or shot him somewhere to prevent him from taking out Rock. I've even seen comments where people were saying that maybe this is where Kanan gets the scar on his neck because Jukebox jumps in with a knife. However, in this new scene, he looks undamaged. And like I said, he's back at his apartment now. So that kind of negates him getting shot or stabbed or sliced. But however, this is just a picture. But this picture makes it hard to tell exactly how this scene ended, but I still stand on Rock not dying. Now, this clip with Marvin is literally less than 1 second, and he does look distraught about something. Just don't know what. Only thing I can tell you is that he is at his house, because that thing behind him is a crate that's on top of his refrigerator. And this is the picture from a previous episode at Marvin's house, and there's that same crate on top of the refrigerator. You see how hard I go for you guys? Like and subscribe for real. Now this right here, we got Snaps and Pops at Unique's tailor shop. And we already know they're going to snake him because if you remember from the last episode of the last season when they introduced Breeze to Kanan.
What about that other nigga you was talking about?
Breeze is talking about Unique if you can't hear the next part when she's talking.
Unique most definitely down with this crime. We gonna need him.
At least in the short term.
You see Kanan's face expression change when Snap says at least in the short term.
But again, that's a conversation for another time.
Now here's another interesting one. We got Panessa and Unique. They're outside talking, and before you think that this might be an old clip of when he first came back to Panessa, know that he was wearing a fur that day. Because sometimes they do throw in a clip from an episode we already saw, but this isn't the case. Now, the last time we saw Panessa, she was kidnapped by Lou and B. Rilla, and now she's free, which might be suspect to Unique. But look at Panessa's hair in this clip, and now look at it in the next clip they're showing. I'm not saying she's dead, but is she dead? Did Unique just kill her while he's hugging her? I'm just saying there's no movement in her body, and look at his eyes. Look at the way he looks. Is that clip full speed one more time? No movement in her body. Just take a look at it. Tell me what you think.